My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, in our first reading today, the letter of St. James declares that conflict between people first starts with self-serving desires and ambitions in the human heart. Allow me to quote, using this translation. Where do the wars and where do the conflicts among you come from? Is it not from your passions that make war within your members? You covet, but do not possess. You kill and envy, but you cannot obtain. The truth of what the author of the letter of St. James says is also being played out in our gospel reading today. The disciples of Jesus are at odds with one another, arguing among themselves because of some self-serving desires and ambitions. They all want to be considered the greatest. And if we take note of in the later chapter of the Gospel of Mark, the sons of Zebedee, James and John, will ask for the best seats in Jesus' kingdom, one at his right and the other at his left. And this ambition of the brothers created more conflict among the 12. Brothers and sisters, we may have known similar situations in our own experiences, wherein people's self-serving ambition would somehow lead to conflict and, a lot of problems. The letter of St. James ends with a beautiful note. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up. It is rather than lifting ourselves up for the sake of other people's expense, we rather give in to God. We humble ourselves and we give ourselves to God. We allow God to have first place in our lives rather than our own self-serving ambitions, allowing God to lift us up. So far, what I am saying would be summarized to that beautiful responsory we have. Throw your cares on the Lord. And we have a beautiful phrase that connects it, and He will support you. Jesus, in our gospel reading today, says that those who want to be first must make themselves last of all and servant of all. Allowing God to have the first place in our lives is allowing also the others to have first place in our lives, especially the most vulnerable ones, rather than ourselves. In this way, brothers and sisters, both the author of the letter of St. James and Jesus in today's gospel show us the kind of ambition that our Catholic Christian faith encourages us to cultivate. If I may end, be humble. Allow God to be the first.